Are we truly alone in the universe? This is perhaps the most profound question humanity has ever asked itself. Look up at the night sky, dotted with an uncountable number of stars. Each one is a sun, a distant fire, and many of those suns likely have planets of their own, orbiting in the dark. For millennia, we have stared into that cosmic ocean and wondered if anyone is staring back. The question is not just one of idle curiosity, it touches the very core of who we are, our place in the cosmos, and the meaning of our existence. It forces us to confront the scale of reality and our own significance within it, a humbling and exhilarating exercise in cosmic perspective. This question has echoed through human history, from ancient myths of star beings to modern-day science fiction. It is a query that binds us together across cultures and generations. We are a curious species, driven to explore, to understand, and to connect. The search for extraterrestrial life is the ultimate expression of that drive. It is an extension of the same impulse that led our ancestors to cross oceans and climb mountains. We are looking for neighbors, for cosmic company, for a sign that the phenomenon of life is not a singular, lonely accident confined to our small blue world. The answer, whatever it may be, promises to reshape our understanding of the universe and ourselves. Think about it for a moment. Every living thing on Earth, from the smallest microbe to the great blue whale, shares a common ancestor. We are all part of one grand terrestrial family tree. But is this the only tree of life? Or is the universe a vast forest filled with countless other forms of biology, each with its own unique story of evolution? The possibility that life has arisen independently on other worlds is staggering. It suggests that the laws of physics and chemistry might be so finely tuned for biology that life is not a miracle, but a cosmic imperative. A common outcome for planets with the right conditions. So we ask the question again, not with fear, but with a deep and abiding sense of wonder. Are we alone? The universe has been around for nearly 14 billion years. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains hundreds of billions of stars, and there are hundreds of billions of galaxies in the observable universe. With such staggering numbers, the idea that Earth is the only cradle of life can feel almost statistically improbable. The cosmos is patient, and it has had plenty of time and plenty of real estate to run the experiment of life over and over again. The search is on, and we are the generation equipped with the tools to begin finding an answer. To truly grasp the search for alien life, you must first come to terms with the sheer scale of the cosmos. Our minds are not built to comprehend such vastness. Let's try. If you were to shrink our sun down to the size of a grapefruit, Earth would be a grain of sand orbiting about 50 feet away. The nearest star to us, Proxima Centauri, would be another grapefruit over 2,000 miles away. That is the emptiness of space, even in our own stellar neighborhood. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is home to somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. Now let's zoom out. A light year is the distance light travels in a year, nearly 6 trillion miles. It would take a beam of light 100,000 years to cross our galaxy. Through our most powerful telescopes, we see the universe filled with other galaxies. Current estimates suggest perhaps 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. 2 trillion star cities, each with billions of suns. The numbers are almost meaningless, like an abstract painting of infinity. Every star could be a sun for planets. If even a tiny fraction of stars have planets, and a tiny fraction of those planets are in the right place for life, the number of potential homes for aliens remains astronomical. The universe is lavishly, extravagantly big. This vastness is both hope and practical challenge. The same distances that suggest life could be common also make it hard to find. Sending a probe to the nearest star with our current tech would take tens of thousands of years. We are, in a very real sense, marooned on our island Earth, shouting into a cosmic ocean and listening for the faintest replies. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence is a testament to human patience and optimism, a generational quest to bridge the silent gulfs and find out who or what else is out there. When scientists scan the heavens for signs of life, what exactly are they looking for? Since we only have one example of life on Earth, we have to start with what we know. The search is centered on finding worlds that have the key ingredients that made life possible here. The most important of these is liquid water. Here on Earth, wherever we find water, we find life, boiling hot springs of Yellowstone, freezing dark depths beneath Antarctic ice. Water is a fantastic solvent, a universal medium where the complex chemical reactions necessary for biology can take place. So, the mantra for astrobiologists has become follow the water. This leads us to the concept of the habitable zone, sometimes called the Goldilocks zone. This is the region around a star where the temperature is just right, not too hot and not too cold for liquid water to exist on a planet's surface. Earth orbits comfortably within our sun's habitable zone. Therefore, a primary goal of astronomers is to find other rocky planets, Earth-sized planets that also reside in the habitable zones of their parent stars. These are our prime candidates for life as we know it. Beyond water, scientists also look for an atmosphere. An atmosphere can protect a planet's surface from harmful radiation, regulate its temperature, and provide the gases necessary for life. When we look at distant planets, we can analyze the light that passes through their atmospheres. By studying this light, we can detect the chemical fingerprints of different gases. The holy grail would be to find what we call biosignatures, gases like oxygen, methane, and ozone in a combination that would be difficult to explain without the presence of living organisms. On Earth, our oxygen-rich atmosphere is a direct result of billions of years of photosynthesis by plants and microbes. Finally, the search expands beyond just looking for suitable homes. We are also actively listening for signals. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, or SETI, uses massive radio telescopes to scan the stars for any artificial signals. A structured, non-random broadcast that could only be produced by an intelligent civilization. Such a signal could be a beacon, an accidental leak of their local communications, or even a deliberate message sent across the cosmos. It's a long shot, a search for a needle in a cosmic haystack, but a discovery would be world-changing. For more than half a century, we have been pointing our radio telescopes at the sky, listening. The universe is a noisy place, filled with the natural crackle and hiss of pulsars, quasars, background radiation left over from the Big Bang. The challenge for SETI scientists is to find a signal within that cosmic static that is clearly artificial. It would need to be narrowband, structured, repetitive, something that nature doesn't typically produce. It would be the cosmic equivalent of hearing a drum beat in the middle of a jungle, a clear sign of intelligence at work. To date, we have found no confirmed repeatable signal from an alien civilization. However, there have been tantalizing moments. The most famous of these is the WOW signal. In 1977, a radio telescope at Ohio State University picked up a powerful narrowband signal that lasted for 72 seconds. It came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius, and perfectly matched the expected profile of an interstellar beacon. Astronomer Jerry Amon, who was reviewing the data, was so astonished that he circled the signal on the computer printout and wrote, "Wow," in the margin. The signal was never detected again, despite numerous attempts to re-observe that patch of sky. It remains the most compelling and mysterious candidate for a genuine alien broadcast. What was the WOW signal? We may never know for sure. It could have been an alien probe passing through our solar system, a broadcast from a distant star system that we just happened to be listening to at the right moment. Or it could have had a more mundane terrestrial origin that we have failed to identify. Its fleeting nature is what makes it so enigmatic. It's a cosmic ghost story, a whisper from the void that we overheard but couldn't trace back to its source. It serves as a powerful reminder that the universe can still surprise us, and that our search might one day yield something truly extraordinary. Beyond just listening, we have also sent messages of our own. The Arecibo message, broadcast in 1974, was a simple pictorial message aimed at a star cluster 25,000 light-years away. It contained information about our numbering system, the elements important to life on Earth, our DNA structure, and a simple graphic of a human. More famously, the Voyager 1 and 2 spacecraft now drifting in interstellar space, each carry a golden record. These are time capsules filled with sounds and images selected to portray the diversity of life and culture on Earth, a message in a bottle cast into the cosmic ocean waiting for a distant, unknown recipient. For most of human history, the planets in our solar system were the only ones we knew. We had no proof that other stars had planets of their own. That all changed in the 1990s. The discovery of the first exoplanet, a planet orbiting a star other than our Sun, opened the floodgates. Today, thanks to powerful observatories like the Kepler Space Telescope and the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS, we have confirmed the existence of thousands of exoplanets. We have gone from knowing of only 8 planets to knowing of thousands, and we're finding more all the time. The galaxy is teeming with worlds. These discoveries have been revolutionary. We've found giant gas worlds, hot Jupiters. We've found small rocky worlds. Some planets orbit 2 suns, double sunsets. Others are rogue planets drifting alone. The sheer variety has challenged planet formation theories. The most exciting are Earth-sized planets in the habitable zone. TRAPPIST-1, 40 light-years away, has 7 rocky, Earth-sized planets. At least 3 are in the habitable zone. Imagine a sky with 6 nearby worlds, some as large as our moon. We don't yet know if they have atmospheres or water, but they are prime targets for follow-up with the James Webb Space Telescope. The James Webb Space Telescope is a game-changer. It can analyze atmospheres in unprecedented detail. By watching starlight filter through a planet's air, Webb can hunt for biosignatures. We're moving from counting planets to characterizing them, becoming planet explorers. For the first time we can look for actual evidence of life. This is a pivotal moment in science and exploration. This brings us to one of the most profound and honestly unsettling paradoxes in science, the Fermi paradox. Enrico Fermi famously asked this question during a lunch in 1950. The universe is immense in age and size. There are a staggering number of stars, and countless potential planets. Some civilizations should be millions of years older than us. So Fermi asked, if the galaxy should be teeming with life, why haven't we seen any evidence? Why the deafening cosmic silence? Where is everybody? There are many possible solutions, from hopeful to downright terrifying. Maybe we're simply not looking correctly. Maybe we don't have the right technology yet. Our radio searches have only scanned a tiny fraction of the cosmic haystack. Maybe civilizations are intentionally hiding, observing us like a cosmic zoo. Maybe they communicate in ways we can't comprehend, modulated neutrinos, gravitational waves. The silence might not be absence, but our inability to hear, or life could be incredibly rare. The chain that made intelligence on Earth might be exceptionally improbable. Formation of the planet, origin of life, evolution of complex brains. Or there is a great filter, a barrier so hard that few, if any, pass it. The filter could be behind us, or chillingly, it could be ahead. A future great filter is dark. It suggests all advanced civilizations hit a fatal challenge. Self-inflicted catastrophe, nuclear war, runaway climate change, or a cosmic event, gamma-ray burst. If true, the cosmic silence is a warning. The universe could be a graveyard of failed civilizations. Finding no one might mean we've already passed the great filter. When we search for life, we tend to look for worlds like our own. But what if life exists in places we have totally overlooked, in forms we can barely imagine? Consider the moons in our own solar system, Europa, Enceladus. Both are covered in thick shells of ice. Under that ice, tidal forces keep vast global oceans warm. Those dark subsurface oceans could be ideal habitats for life. On Earth we've found life clinging to hydrothermal vents deep in the oceans. Vents spew heat and chemicals. Ecosystems thrive without sunlight, powered by chemical energy. Could similar ecosystems exist on Europa or Enceladus? Cassini flew through plumes of water vapor from Enceladus. Scientists found organic molecules in those plumes. They also found chemical energy, ingredients for life. These icy moons are now top targets in our cosmic backyard. This pushes us to imagine truly alien biologies. Could life exist not based on carbon and water? Science fiction imagines it, and some scientists take it seriously. Titan, lakes of liquid methane, rivers of liquid ethane. Life there might use methane as a solvent instead of water. Such organisms could breathe hydrogen gas. They might metabolize acetylene. Their cells would be built of different chemistry, working at frigid temperatures. Discovering such life would prove multiple recipes for biology exist. The possibilities are mind-bending. Silicon-based life? Crystalline creatures on a scorching world? Vast intelligences in stellar plasma? Beings surviving in cold interstellar vacuum? These ideas stretch our science, but they matter. They remind us not to be Earth-centric. The one example of life we have, Earth, may be one branch on a vast cosmic tree. The universe may hold wonders stranger than we can imagine. What would happen if we finally found it? The discovery of life beyond Earth, whether it's simple microbes on Mars or a radio signal from a distant star, would be one of the most significant events in human history. It would fundamentally change our perspective and force us to reevaluate our place in the universe. For centuries, we've considered ourselves special, the pinnacle of creation or the sole beneficiaries of a lucky cosmic accident. Finding others would mean that we are not the center of the universe, not in a physical sense and maybe not in a biological one either. We would become just one member of a larger cosmic community. The emotional reaction would be complex, a mixture of excitement, awe and, maybe even fear. The discovery of microbial life would likely be met with scientific celebration and wonder. It would confirm that life is not a fluke and is likely widespread. The discovery of an intelligent civilization, however, would be a much more profound and potentially disruptive event. It would raise a host of new questions. Are they friendly or hostile? What are their intentions? Should we reply to their message? It would force us to confront our own nature as a species, our tendencies toward cooperation and conflict on a galactic stage. Such a discovery could have a unifying effect on humanity. Confronted with the existence of others, our own internal squabbles and national divisions might seem petty and insignificant. It could foster a new sense of global identity, the sense that we are all Earthlings together. Conversely, some worry about the potential dangers, a concept known as the dark forest theory. This idea suggests that the reason the universe is so quiet is because intelligent civilizations know it's safer to remain hidden. Announcing your presence could attract predators. If you encounter another civilization, you can't know their intentions, so the safest option might be to eliminate them before they can eliminate you. While this is a bleak and honestly paranoid view, it highlights the profound responsibility that would come with making contact. The answer to "Are we alone?" is not just a scientific curiosity, it carries with it the weight of our future. The search for alien life is a journey, not a destination. We stand at a remarkable moment in this journey, equipped with tools and knowledge our ancestors could only dream of. The silence we've recorded so far is not a definitive answer. It's just the result of our search having just begun. We've only explored a tiny fraction of the cosmic ocean. Telescopes get more powerful every year, methods become more sophisticated. Our understanding of where and how to look keeps evolving. The story is far from over. In many ways, it's just getting started. New missions are on the horizon. Probes will go to icy moons, Jupiter. Probes will go to icy moons, Saturn. They'll sample plumes. One day they may even drill through the ice to hidden oceans. The James Webb Space Telescope will keep staring into exoplanet atmospheres, sniffing for chemical signs of biology. Next-generation radio telescopes on Earth will scan the sky with greater sensitivity, listening for that faint signal that could change everything. The pace of discovery is accelerating. Be prepared. The first life we find may be nothing like us. It may be simple, microbial, hidden away where we least expect. It might not be life as we know it at all. Discovery may not be a sudden eureka, but a slow accumulation of evidence, a faint signal needing years to confirm. Whether bombastic or subtle, it will be a turning point for civilization. We'll learn the universe is not barren but a living cosmos. So we continue to look up, we continue to listen. The quest for extraterrestrial life is one of humanity's grandest adventures. It's driven by our deepest instincts, to explore, to connect, to understand our place in the cosmic drama. We do not know what we'll find. We may find neighbors, we may find ruins, we may find only silence. But whatever the answer, the search ennobles us. It forces us to be better, to be more curious, and to see our world as the precious, fragile, beautiful home it is. The truth is out there, waiting to be discovered.